This surreal images of how women should look like. Even though you know that it's not true, it's not desirable, it's not something necessarily good for you, you try to achieve and be like that. You turn your head around and you see those billboards, you see ads, you just keep hearing about how women should look like.
Image is powerful, but also image is superficial. For the past few centuries, we have defined beauty not just as health and youth and symmetry, but also as tall, slender figures and femininity and white skin.
Say something.
I came back from Paris early to put together my lookbook, and if they like what they see, it could be the beginning of an entire lifestyle collection.
Because more people should be like you, Mother.
But before you tuck into that, you might find a low-fat yogurt more appealing.
I lost 2 pounds when you're away.
And you look marvelous.
Wow, these are beautiful, Miss Waldorf.
Well, they will be, if they're not all squished from traveling. Darling, please.
This picture is the very first picture that I ever took, and it's also the very first time that I had worn a bikini. And I didn't even have my period yet. You know, I was a young girl. This is what I looked like with my grandma just a few months earlier. Here's me on the same day as this shoot. My friend got to come with me. Here's me at a slumber party a few days before I shot French Vogue. And I hope what you're seeing is that these pictures are not pictures of me, they are constructions. And they are constructions by a group of professionals, by hairstylists and makeup artists and photographers and stylists and all of their assistants and pre-production and post-production. And they build this, that's not me.
Did you know that the plus-size fashion industry actually starts at a US size 8 and it goes up to a US size 16? The majority of this room right now is considered plus size. How does that make you feel to be labeled? And Dove's global report on attitudes towards beauty did a survey with thousands of women in 10 different countries. And you know what the most striking result was? That only 2% of women find themselves beautiful. 2%!
That of the 13-year-old girls in the United States, 53% don't like their bodies. And that number goes to 78% by the time that they're 17.
You know, people don't always realize what they're posting and how they encourage people. If they're not within this specific frame of beauty, that they've essentially failed. One of my best friends in high school was bulimic, and she had a lot of issues with body image and would consistently wear very baggy clothes even though she was very thin, and would always comment on how she would overindulge in eating, but for a time we didn't know that she would be, you know, throwing it back up again.
Curvy models are becoming more and more vocal about the isolating nature of the term plus size. We are calling ourselves what we want to be called, women with shapes that are our own. I believe beauty is beyond size. With so much emphasis on the body and external, it's no wonder that we all suffer so much.
How has the media affected your body image?
Yeah, I've been able to avoid a lot of the things that I see on social media. Like, I try not to pay too much attention because I know that, like, a lot of pictures are photoshopped, so I just ignore a lot of the things.
I felt free once I realized I was never going to fit the narrow mold that society wanted me to fit in.
I have my own body, and I know my body will never turn into, you know, some Victoria's Secret model.
People should really just use models as they are, as best as they can.
Should have all from like 0 to 100 size, and they shouldn't divide it into normal and what is not normal, which is plus size.
If you ever are wondering, if I have thinner thighs and shinier hair, will I be happier? You just need to meet a group of models because they have the thinnest thighs and the shiniest hair and the coolest clothes, and they're the most physically insecure women probably on the planet.
We cut the legs off of our pants, threw our shoes into the ocean, laid back and waved through the daylight.